program plus. Imagine tearing down Portland's Central Fire Station to build an all-new public market. I'm Randy Neves. That's one possibility. We'll tell you about it new at 6 o'clock.
Well, Nightly News is straight ahead. Coming up, did you know that some companies are taking out secret insurance policies on the lives of their low-level employees? But where does the money go when those workers die?
Also, why this fire burning in Colorado could be just the beginning of a terrible fire season.
And we will see you back here at 6 o'clock. First, here's Nightly News.
Friend or foe? President Bush and the Saudi Crown Prince confront serious differences on Israel, the war on terror, and Saddam Hussein. In depth, fire and water. A severe drought in the West leads to early wildfires. How bad will it get? The high cost of this mean season. The death benefit. Corporations playing the odds on workers' lives, cashing in when they die. It's legal, but is it fair? And our special series, Living Longer, Living Better. Tonight, how men are closing the life expectancy gap.
From NBC News World Headquarters in New York, this is NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw.
Good evening. President George Bush and Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Abdullah spent 5 hours together at the president's ranch in Texas today, and when the meeting ended, the president again called on the Israelis to get off the West Bank. He also described a strong personal bond with the Crown Prince. The fact is, U.S.-Saudi relations have been terribly strained by the fighting between Israel and the Palestinians and by the president's determination to take on Iraq's Saddam Hussein. NBC's David Gregory is near the president's ranch in Texas for us tonight. David?
Tom, both these leaders are known for their bluntness, and this meeting went longer than planned by a couple of hours. At the end, aides called it cordial, but such descriptions paper over the growing tension between the U.S. and Saudi Arabia over the road to peace in the Middle East. For the cameras, the two leaders showed smiles, but privately, there's a growing rift. The Saudis issuing a blunt warning to the U.S. today. Scale back support for Israel and Ariel Sharon if you want peace.
The U.S. should do all it can to further restrain the actions of Sharon. America should take a clear position with regards to what is right and what is wrong.
At home, however, the president faces pressure from conservatives who call for a harder line against Yasser Arafat, not Sharon. Today, Bush sidestepped questions about the tension with his guest.
I made it clear to him that I expected Israel to withdraw, just like I've made it clear to Israel. And we expect them to be finished. I think he recognizes that America can't do it alone, that it's going to require a unified effort.
For his part, the Crown Prince left the ranch without speaking to reporters. Officials on both sides sought to portray the U.S.-Saudi relationship in the best possible light, but that is becoming increasingly difficult. Today, the Saudis denied a report that the Crown Prince intended to threaten U.S. oil supplies if the president didn't change his policy toward Israel.
Saudi Arabia does not view oil as a weapon.
The U.S.-Saudi relationship is complicated. Each side relies on the other. The U.S. for oil, the Saudis for U.S. military protection. The administration has praised Crown Prince Abdullah for his proposed Land for Peace plan with Israel. But the president also insists that the Saudis do more to rein in terrorists and pressure Arab leaders to make peace with Israel. If this rift goes on...
We also are looking at the possibility of a regional war. I mean, this could spread to Syria and Lebanon, and once it catches fire, I'm not so sure anybody can put it out.
Tonight, officials are touting the personal bond that these two leaders forged during today's meeting, but that doesn't change the fact that there are still deep disagreements and little progress towards stopping the violence. Tom?
Thanks very much, NBC's David Gregory tonight in Crawford, Texas. All of those diplomatic flourishes aside, today's meeting between the president and the Crown Prince comes at a critical time in relations between the largest democracy in the world and the most powerful state in the Middle East. NBC's Andrea Mitchell tonight on the many issues separating the White House and the kingdom.
As the Middle East crisis explodes, A slick ad campaign selling Saudi Arabia to Americans.
Listen to America's leaders if you want the facts.
From the usually secretive kingdom, the foreign minister out spinning on network news shows.
One of the worst things that could happen is if suddenly there is a misrepresentation of each other towards each other.
Critics say there's plenty of reason for suspicion. Fact, 15 of 19 hijackers on September 11th are Saudi. Fact, 113 leading Saudis this week call the U.S., along with Israel, the axis of terrorism and evil in the world. Fact, law enforcement officials say Saudi money is still secretly going to terrorists tied to Osama bin Laden, born in Saudi Arabia.
They have turned their heads at money going to extremist elements.
And while the Saudis condemn terrorism, a government-sponsored telethon raises more than $150 million for Palestinian causes, including the families of suicide bombers.
I don't see that as condoning terrorism.
Right now, the Saudis seem to be saying one thing to the Arab world, another to Americans. The non-diplomatic term for that, double talk. In an Arab newspaper, the Saudi ambassador to Britain publishes a poem praising suicide bombers who, quote, died to honor my God's word. To an American audience, the Saudis say it's just poetic license.
Poets have some discretion in poesy that are not available for diplomats.
So the diplomats and admen try to put a gloss on a growing schism. Two long-term friends on opposite sides of the Middle East crisis. Andrea Mitchell, NBC News, New York.
And in the Middle East tonight in Bethlehem, there is a minor breakthrough in that stalemate at the Church of the Nativity. 9 Palestinian teenagers who've been holed up inside for weeks left the shrine today carrying the bodies of 2 other Palestinians who were killed in a gunfight with Israelis. The talks to end the standoff are on hold as both sides take the latest offers to their higher-ups. Also in the war on terror tonight, news of a plan to invade what may be the largest remaining sanctuary of Osama bin Laden's terror network in the subcontinent. NBC's Jim Miklaszewski is live at the Pentagon now with the latest details for us. Jim?